And the mic's on good. Making coffee. What are you drinking tonight?
Tea.
Tea? What kind of tea? Regular tea?
The tea pig tea.
Oh, the English breakfast one. Yeah, I like that one too. I like the bags. Like the bags are really nice. Evening, everybody. Say hello as you pop in. Yeah, I figure it'll take about 5 minutes. Usually people start. Linda's always first. We'll see if Linda's first tonight. We'll see who this is. Say hi as you come in. We're trying to figure out who's going to be first in tonight. Yeah, we've been having lots of fun. I'm down 3 pounds this week. I'm so excited. Last week I didn't lose any weight. This week I lost 3 pounds. So I'm really pleased about that. Evening, everybody. Yeah, me and Sharon. We're going into week number 2 now. Is today? Yes, it is.
Tonight, yeah.
Yeah, around this. See, she just didn't quite make it this time, right? Because it was an hour later that you flew in. So right. you missed this live last week. But we came on and we made up for it on Wednesday. Say hi as you come in. Show them your dog. We went for a walk. We've been going for walks, every night or at least once a day. We've been doing some really nice ones. If you go to my Instagram, I posted some of the pictures, and she took a lot of beautiful pictures too. And we've been sending our pictures back and forth to each other. So she'll have lots of amazing pictures to take home. But one of those little walks that we went is, I live in a North Sea district. It's a Little Italy here in Winnipeg. And it's along Corridon Avenue. And it's all shops and outdoor cafes and bars and stuff like that. So I thought it would be nice just to take her in the neighborhood. We walked down, but we just ended up walking. We went into a totally different district. We started walking down Osborne, and we came across an antique store, one of the co-op ones, and it had so many rooms in this antique store. And she spent so much time, and I lost her, but I didn't realize she didn't even make it past the door.
Actually, I covered the whole place before I left, but everything I bought either came from the entranceway or the bookshelves in the back. But it took me about an hour and a half, but I only spent $4 and I got
$4.
I got 5 things for $4.
Yeah, she scored. So she brought it these, and I thought I'll let her tell you, but I thought they were pretty cool when I saw them.
This I didn't even know what it quite meant until I got it home. And I thought it was a gift for my son because we're both musicians. And when I brought it home and I looked at it, it says, "Always be natural."
And she said the note represents the word natural. It doesn't say
be
natural.
It's a B and the natural sign. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I don't know music, but yeah, she recognized that right away. But yeah, lots of you guys are going to recognize this one.
This is my Canadian, made in Canada, my Canadian Kiss Army pen. Because
that would have been the 80s, eh?
That was yeah. And this is from 1949. Brief biographies of famous men and women.
That's a collectible.
Something I can read at the
That'll
airport.
Look really nice on a bookshelf. Do you have nice bookshelves at home?
Yeah. Most of my furniture is squished because I have too many bookshelves, too many books, not enough shelves. But
I would like to read. That's kind of neat.
And then I got the Star Trek 80s.
Are you a star? I didn't even ask you when you are a star.
I am. I'm a Trekhead. I'm a Trekkie.
Do you go to like the conventions?
I've been to one. We
really?
went to one.
And did you dress up?
No. We went to one maybe 2 years ago in San Francisco, and that was nice. So
Robert made it in tonight.
Hi,
first.
Robert. How you doing?
Say hi when you come in. Hey, Robert, how's it going? Oh, William's here too.
Hi, William.
Good evening, William. Yeah, William actually joined me and Sharon on our nature. We went out to a forest. We did a forest walk.
William took a walk with us.
Yeah, he took a walk with us. We were posting and texting and shooting video and sending it off to William. We got into a conversation. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Robert. Awesome. And what were you up today? Yeah, we have see Robert for a while.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where have you been, Robert? Yeah, we had such a good time last week.
I was actually asking about you when I came in.
Who was that?
Robert.
Was he? Aww. No, we've been taking lots of walks here, doing quite a bit of sightseeing. We went for a country drive. You wouldn't believe it. We filled up a gas tank when it was just downpouring. It was just rain, rain, rain.
The only day that it rained really hard was the day that we planned for the furthest away trek. And it worked out okay anyway. I got to see lots of things, and
you got to save them. She went to the fort.
We got a little muddy, but that's all right.
Yeah, Sharon made it to the fort.
I did.
Yeah, without the rain, and we made it down to the train station.
I'm still making her take me to all the places I've seen in the videos.
You're not making me. I'm just kind of saying, we're driving by here. We might as well go look at this.
Well, you'd think I'd want to see something I'd never seen before, but it's like being in a movie set when you first see it on YouTube, and then you're actually in the city or the town,
and then you see it.
It's always a little different when you see it firsthand.
And then all the abandons we saw, like just driving there, just everywhere. Yeah, so many. So what's everybody else up to today? You didn't do anything today, Robert. Just hanging out on your own? Actually, we went on a train today.
We did.
That was so much fun. It was what did you say?
It was how do you say a Assiniboine?
Assiniboine Park.
Assiniboine Park. It's like one of the little mini trains that they have, and
but it's steaming.
It's a coal train. It's I read the sign. I'm trying to remember. It said it was the last. It's the only coal burning train still in operation in all of Canada for the parks.
Just a mini train.
And it was modeled after I don't remember, but it was modeled after a regular sized it's just a mini version of a real coal burning train, and it was bought by Canada in 1964 and was made in Pennsylvania. So I was born like 30 minutes from the Pennsylvania state line. So
you didn't say that.
So it's like almost making full circle.
There's a lot of those little coincidences. Weren't you reading an article or something about, and it was your hometown?
Oh,
what was that?
I don't have my glasses.
Oh, she was reading.
In Search of Canada's Ancient Heartland.
It's all about the history of the prairies, right? But it goes back not just like a couple hundred years. It goes back hundreds of thousands, even 1 million years, right?
Yeah, it's Manitoba's genealogy, paleontology, and archaeology. And it's one of Cindy's books that she lent me to read at night while I'm here.
One of my customers, I worked in a coffee shop, I think about a year ago or a couple years ago, and there was a lovely couple that used to come and visit me every day, right? And we got to be friends and everything. And yeah, she go out her way and buy me little gifts and stuff like that. But I came over and I helped her program her computer. Her computer broke and everything, so I got her back and up and running on her computer. So, but it was nice, right? That she went out of her way and she put it in a pretty bag. She went down to Chapters because she knew how much I loved this kind of stuff, right? And and that's what made it so special. She actually knew who I was about and knew what would make me happy, right? So.
And it's Manitoban history, ancient history too. So it ties in with you. And it's not a chapter, but there's a section in it that talks about the mound builders up in this province and how there's a little bit about the mounds where I was born, the Adena Hopewell people that built mounds all the way down into the lower parts of the Appalachians. And I was born in Moundsville, West Virginia, that has Adina Hopewell burial mound right in the center of the town, and right across the street is the old defunct Moundsville State Penitentiary, which is now like a tourist attraction for haunted house type things. They do a bunch of things at Halloween in the prison. But I went to the mound because I was born there, but I wasn't raised in that town. So I just wanted to just be there and like experience the history of it. And they talk about it in the Manitoban history book, because the mound builders went all the way from the southern parts of America up into northern Canada, evidently. So that was cool.
All these little stories, they all tie together.
Mhm.
I find that a lot in my life, right? When I look back and I see how everything ties together and makes me the person that I am, right? And it becomes so visible, and I don't know why it wasn't visible before, but now it's just like, oh my gosh, that ties into that. And the reason I did that is because I had to do this, and yeah, it's so neat. But when you pay attention, yeah, it's fun.
What do they call that? The degrees of separation, how each degree of separation in one way or another, you can connect to almost anything or everything if you connect the dots. So.
Yeah. And I never looked at it like that before. Like I never did. Like this year is, and I don't know how I'm just like finding out about all this stuff again. But yeah, it's so interesting. So interesting. Nobody's yapping at us tonight. Who's all here? I know Robert's here. And so is William.
What's up with y'all tonight?
I know. Usually like the conversations are just going crazy. Actually, we need Andrew. Andrew will be here in a second. He'll sort them all out, right?
Maybe they're all out enjoying the Indian summer night.
Oh, it was so nice today. It was so cold. Like almost your entire first week here, it was miserable. It was cold and rainy. We still managed to get out.
It was like a summer day today, though.
But it was beautiful. Yeah, the park was just packed. There were so many people in the parks today. It was just the trails were nice. We've been walking trails, lots of trails.
Every day. And it's good for me too, because I'm still recovering from knee surgery, but the knee surgery wasn't recent, but the knee didn't heal properly. So
you walk so great.
So though. I've been walking every day, and it hasn't been bothering me hardly at all since I've been here. And it's just
and I'm offering to do the short.
Okay.
Family Feud. So she's been doing really good. Like we've been doing long walks too, right? Like I said, we covered 2 districts yesterday and then walked back. We walked forest trails, and we just kept joining. You kept joining the trails and made it really, really long. And yeah, we were gone for a couple hours on that trail, right?
Yeah.
At least it was beautiful.
I'm a meanderer.
Yeah, me too. Oh yeah. I was watching you, and I could see you were just walking down the trail, and you were just smiling. You were just smiling at everything, just looking around, and yeah, it was kind of neat just watching you enjoy yourself so much out there.
That's my video.
Huh?
That's my video. I take it all in and remember it. My memory is my video.
Do you have a really good visual memory?
I hope so, because what I don't remember, I'll have pictures of though.
Oh, she took so many pictures today. You wouldn't believe. Oh, like the whole time she's here, but she's really smart. She uploads them and everything. Yeah, you're gonna have pictures to look at forever.
I know.
But again, it's good too, because then you'll be able to put your favorites together and make little albums. So when you show people your trip, you'll have all the best ones, right?
I don't know if I'll ever make it this way again. And we're not promised anything. So I haven't been writing. Like, I haven't been keeping I brought a journal, but I haven't written a word in it.
You didn't write in that book that I gave you? I thought, oh, she'll make notes and stuff.
wrote Nanton Estates and the man's name, something Meredith Nanton.
Oh, yeah. Augustus Meredith Nanton.
I wrote that down, and that's all that's in there.
First entrepreneur of Western Canada. Right. I took her down to go see the coach house, right?
Because that I couldn't remember.
Around the yard. Yeah, we walked around the yard because you might want to look it up and do some research at some time, and know the whole story. Because he was really important, right? Like, it's so easy, how many people can just be dusted away and just be forgotten about, right? Unless they're talked about, or
right,
written about, like
that was one of William was asking about how many abandoned houses and churches we saw. That was an abandoned. It was the carriage house. That's all that's left.
The carriage house, yeah, that was like where the coachman. That one was in the city, but
we went to the train station on Thursday and saw a lot of abandons right along that strip that you've had prior videos of.
Okay, and Union Point.
And the church.
Yeah, she went inside and took photos, but it was really dark in there.
Oh, that is Union Point. Okay.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. If I ever make it big, I'm going to go do a live telethon, and I'm going to have that church all redone inside, right? I'll work hard, and I'll get all my urban explorer friends from all over the world, and we'll all come together and we'll do something good like that, right?
It's so sad. It's a beautiful little church in the middle of on the median between two highways with a graveyard, and there's nothing else except the highway on either side, but it's got a leaking roof, and
it was raining. It was raining right onto the benches and onto the floor, and right there where it's all raining, like the floor's buckling a little bit. Just starting though, so if we fixed it right away, and they were there this past summer because I stopped and talked to the construction workers, so they were doing work on the tower itself, but not on the roof, and it's the roof and the inside tiles that need some serious work. And now that the water's gotten onto the furniture and the floor, that furniture will need to be refinished, right? But then they could have lovely churches. They could rent that place out and do weddings and stuff, right?
It doesn't have any electricity.
Oh, right. We used the outhouse in the back.
We did.
Yeah, it was exciting. There was an outhouse, so
we were grateful and thankful for
we were on the highway for a while. We didn't stop specifically to use the outhouse. That was just the bonus.
Oh, we saw another one early on in the day before it started raining really hard. The abandoned the trapper's cabin.
Oh, right. I took her down and she saw the trapper's cabin too, right? The log one, and she got a piece of chink. Yeah.
Cindy gave me a chink souvenir.
Until customers decide to pat her down because they don't know what it is.
Why are you carrying rocks home with you?
Yeah.
I got a feather today.
Did you?
Yeah. They have rocks and feathers and buttons. Oh my.
Yeah. And she's gonna fill up your suitcase going home because you won't be leaving much behind. But
I don't think about that. I only had a pound to spare when I got here.
Oh, really?
So I'll have
if you have to pack a box, I'll ship you out a box. If you have to pack out a little box, right?
Yeah, that'll work.
It was the boot. She brought how many pairs of shoes? At least 3 or 4 pairs of boots and shoes.
No, I brought the boots I was wearing and 2 pairs of and like a rain pair and a mud pair. So 3. 2 in the suitcase, one pair on my feet. So 3 altogether.
We had such a nice supper tonight too. We had fish. She had chips, right? I don't do. Well, I guess because they were coated. Because I couldn't do like the deep. That's my dishwasher. Sorry, everybody. That's the last rinse. It'll stop now. But yeah, we had this cod, and it was battered in potato instead of flour. Like it didn't have a coating, right? But yeah, it was so good. I had a salad and she had French fries, and yum, it was delicious. I think it was the best supper I've had since I started my diet. Yeah, we had beets and I guess that was it.
We've been eating well.
Have we? I feel bad
Well,
because I eat so different than you too, right? You
you're
wouldn't
not
like
eating-
what I eat.
I don't know if you're eating well or not, but you're eating well for the diet that the goal that you've set yourself. So,
Do you think so?
and
I'm only eating protein and vegetables. I've had the odd bag of popcorn, but other than that, I've been sticking to my diet, and I was really pleased because last week I didn't lose anything, and this week I lost 3 pounds. So, just got to keep up on those walks, right? And I could go for a bike ride too. There's no reason, at 10 o'clock at night that I can't take off and go for a bike ride. I left her for 3 hours today. Did you entertain yourself okay? I felt so bad. I rushed in and apologized.
Yeah, I read some of this Manitoba history book, and I did my my Windows updates and my computer virus scans. Well, I haven't finished the scans, but I did my updates. So.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, take advantage while you got all this Wi-Fi and get all your stuff done, right? Yeah. Yeah, we're having a good time. I have a book she gave me when she came in the door, and she has a story in here, but I'm not allowed to read you the story, not because it's not bad. I'm sure it's absolutely amazing, but it's a adult content, and I would have to go 18 plus on the video after posting. So all my viewers are older anyway. But
when I was a student at Cal State East Bay, I was involved in the English department, and I contributed to their literary journal about, I think I'm in four of them, maybe 5, 4, who knows. Anyway, I creative nonfiction, fiction, poetry. I think that's what I have in there. So there's a poem and a short story in that one. So, but it's the title of the journal is Occam's Razor, because that's the principle that the fewer the better. Anything that can be explained. So I forget exactly how it goes. It says it at the beginning.
But I'm really looking forward to reading this one. Yeah, I gotta
show you. I'll tell you what it says here. Plurality should not be posited without necessity. Okay, I guess that's just saying be concise, that you can say more with less words. William of Occam. So that's where the title comes from. Occam's Razor.
And she signed it for me. And one day I'll sign my book.
One day I'll have my own book to sign. That's an anthology
of the greatest story ever told.
Writers.
The greatest story ever told.
Really, the greatest story ever told is your own story for everyone.
True.
So it's really the only story you have. I mean, you can make up stories, but the only true story you have is your own. So
I don't make up stories anymore. I do not sugarcoat my stories. I don't add on to my stories anymore. I'm going to try, because my stories are interesting. They don't need to be sugar-coated with icing. Yeah, they're interested in themselves. But you know what? I couldn't, because I you can tell right away, because I stop in the middle of a sentence when I start telling my stories, and I'm going to start to go off and say something not true, right?
I don't Instagram William, but I did take some pictures of the churches that we were at.
She took a lot of pictures.
I might post some.
See,
there are other ways.
Site. I told you you should have a site.
I'm trying to think of what social media platforms I do have.
You would love.
Work
You're
on
a
that.
writer too.
See if I can get something.
Yeah,
out there.
she'll let me know, and then I'll let everybody know to go hang out with her on her site, whatever one she decides. But she's a writer. You would do well, not doing the same as me, doing your own thing, but with the photo, because you like to take the photos and you love to write, right?
Right.
Which is kind of like the posts that I do on Instagram is I take a photo and I do my thing. You would be so good at that.
Back in the day, I had my blog and my music. So I had my writing and my music and my pictures.
Oh, you
on
were juggling.
MySpace back when that was a thing. And then when that fizzled out, I switched them to Google Plus. And Google Plus fizzled out earlier this year, I guess, or it's been several months ago. And since then, I just haven't, since I don't do Facebook, I don't have another one. Mary Kay's here, and Owen. Hello.
Oh, awesome. Hi, Mary Kay. Hey, Owen.
We are enjoying ourselves.
Yeah, we've been doing lots. But like I said, I left her alone for a few hours today. I went out and did some grocery shopping with my sisters and spent a little time with her and helped her motivate her to get her, because she was making lasagna for dinner, right? And she was, oh, I'll make it after I do my nap. I says, why don't you do it now, so when you get up, you can just put it in the oven and you can enjoy the rest of your day off. I'll help you. Got your two sisters here. We'll tag team it and get it done. And the three of us, we whipped up her lasagna, and she was, we were out of there in half an hour, and that's from frying the hamburger to laying everything. It was just wrap it up, put it in the fridge, and off she went for a nap. And the whole house is clean, and it was good.
I'm not a content provider, but I have a YouTube page. So I'm just wondering
you can post.
where everybody's from. Hello, Andrew.
Sharon wants to know where everybody's from. Oh, Andrew's here. Andrew's from Indiana. Bloomington, Indiana.
Okay. And we know where Cindy's from. I'm from Oakland, California.
I'm from Vancouver, British Columbia.
I'm actually from West Virginia, and I made it to Oakland via a decade in Los Angeles.
Oh, and I can't wait to meet you, because we are going to make it there soon. Yeah, I'll get a hold of you when I do come down.
I still have one friend in Brooklyn. I haven't been to New York City in many years, though. Woodstock, Ontario.
Yeah.
We have Woodstock, New York.
You know what, Robert? I may be coming there shortly. Yeah. So, let me know if you want to get together. That would be absolutely amazing. And we can go for coffee and have a chit chat, right? Right? We did want to talk too. So I don't know where Woodstock is in Ontario. Is it Southern Ontario? Is it like close to Toronto, or is it close to Hamilton, or where is it? Yeah, that's not the Woodstock where they had Woodstock, is
right?
It?
That's New York.
Okay.
Woodstock, New York. I've been to New Jersey, William. It's been several years ago, but I went to Atlantic City. And I did not gamble, though. I just hung out on the boardwalk and met people while my group was off gambling. I just ran around and looked at everything.
Yeah, I watched an urban explorer. He was from New Jersey. I watched him for quite a while. He found amazing places, but he did something not nice, and I didn't talk to him for a while, and he noticed.
Whoops.
He let me have it. He called me, just the worst, horrible names that you could think of. But yeah, I was very polite. I just said thank you very much, and I unsubscribed from him. But we were friends, right? We were friends, and but yeah. It happens.
Hopefully
right?
That doesn't sour you on Jersey, right?
Oh no! It was beautiful. Like the stuff he was showing me, and so much history in New Jersey, right? I didn't know that.
Robert says Southern Ontario, between Toronto and London.
Oh,
is where he is.
okay. Yeah, I'll get a hold of you, Robert.
Hi, Linda. How are you tonight?
Oh, Linda's here. Linda wasn't first for a change. Linda's usually first. Who was first tonight? William? I can't remember. No, it wasn't William. It was Robert. Robert
maybe?
was first. Yeah, Robert was first tonight. Yeah. So Robert, maybe we can have a chit chat. That would be awesome. Oh, look at Nancy's here. Hi, Nancy. How are you doing this week? How was the fair last week? It was our state fair in Washington.
Oh, we had I went to the Marin County Fair this year with my son, and he saw Dwight Yoakam play. I think we went the 4th of July and saw Los Lobos play at the fair. So we got a lot of music concerts in. I just missed the street fair music season here. It ended at the end of August. So I missed what's it? What's the name of that street?
Corydon?
Corydon.
Oh, the Corydon. Yeah, the Friday night we have street parties on Friday and Saturday nights all summer long. And hundreds and hundreds of people every weekend, and they cut off a road. And the Corydon Business District, they put a lot of love into their community. It's a really great strip. It's a really neat community, and it's really nice that they do that for the public, right? And the public in the neighborhood really, really appreciate it. Everybody brings their camping chairs and everything. And and there's some really, really good dancers. Like some of the couples, they come in and it's just like, get out of their way. Because they're doing all twirlies and stuff. And it's really fun. And everybody's always in a good mood, right? So I went down every night. I'd go bike riding and I always made a point of stopping and hanging out and watching everybody for a little bit, right? And a couple of times have, little conversations and everything, right? Because of my camera on my rod, right? So they know I'm up to something.
Mary Kay went, I've been watching other people's videos about car shows recently, but I don't even know if I've ever been to a car show, but we were talking about it earlier. Mary Kay said she just went to one.
We can end the live and catch probably a half an hour of the car show right now.
That's okay.
Next Sunday for sure. That'll be your last hurrah. Did we have something planned for next Sunday? Okay.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so we'll go to the car show and maybe we can do a live from the car show. Right? It'll be a little bit fuzzy, but we'll go live from the car show next Sunday. You'll like that. All the old cars. Oh gosh, her and her camera. She's already thinking the photos she's gonna take because you said you had a friend that likes the old cars, didn't you?
I had a gearhead. His thing was called Los Punk Rods, and he did the car shows and all and what is it, Kansas? But he passed away recently. So I would take a 55 Chevy for sure, Mary Kay. If I had an old hot rod or an old lowrider, I would actually drive again.
We drove behind a Chevy. We didn't know what kind of Chevy it was, but we drove by an old one. Remember? We thought it might have been an old Malibu.
It was a really old, like 40s or something. It was like avocado green, and the tires were like that wide. It was crazy.
Yeah, they were like truck tires.
I have no idea what
I guess you would
was.
consider that like we were saying that it would have been a souped up car rather than a renovated or restored car, right? Because originally that car would not have had those tires. Those are for
I guess
those are pretty.
They looked pretty cool.
Yeah, they did. They did look neat. I wonder if that car went like this What do you call that when they
hoppers?
hoppers? If they
Hoppers.
hopped, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Hoppers and scrapers. They have the hydraulics. The lowriders like to do that, especially in LA. There's lots of those. I would take any of those.
Oh, I love the Thunderbirds. Didn't you love the Thunderbirds? The one with the T-bar?
And the Impalas.
Oh, yeah. I know where there's an abandoned with the T-bird sitting in the yard. Yeah. I love the T-birds too.
I have a model Impala with little cars like that. I don't have a real one though. I have a toy car. That'll do.
I had a T-bird with, what are suicide doors? Do you know what those are? Are those ones that come up like that?
know.
What are suicide doors, Mary Kay? I'd be interested to know suicide doors. What's your guess? I'm thinking up, straight up instead of opening normal wise.
I don't know. When I was,
The back doors open in reverse.
they open this way.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out how they got their name. What the? Oh well. Too much thought is not good.
Yes, we are.
Were we going to the
Today.
Fall Fest?
Today was the fall dinner, the 15th. Today's the 15th.
Whoops. I guess not.
Yeah, we totally forgot about that.
Thunderbird.
It should have been on the calendar.
Yeah, we've been taking it as we find it. We talked about creating a calendar, and then we went off and did something, and it never happened.
Oh, I try to put myself. If you got any tips for
Schedules?
that, I try. I can't. I just, I start it, and then I like fail at it like within a couple of hours, and then I get on it right away, and then I after like 2 times failing in the same day, and I go, that's it, and then I give up on my calendar. The only thing that really worked for me is there's this gentleman I follow. His name's Bob Proctor, and he has this tip where you pick 3 things, right? Or 6 things, and you try to get them all done. But if you say you only did 3 of them, then the 3 that you didn't get done, it goes to the top of the list, and then you get 3 more to add on. So you always have 6. That didn't work for me, because then I would do the easiest one, then the important things would never get done. So I picked 3, and I can do 3.
Read Andrews. He tells how Thunderbirds got their name at the Ford company. That's interesting. Oh, Mary Kay, I want some apple cider.
Oh, okay. That's interesting, Andrew. That is interesting.
I love hot apple cider with cinnamon.
Christmas time, maybe. Yeah, Christmas time. We do that.
Do you have apple festivals? You don't have a lot of apples.
We have crab. We have crab apples here, right? We were just talking about this too. Manitoba is really, really not suited for
Apples
a lot
don't
of
do well
fruits.
here.
We have crab apples, we have Saskatoons, we have wild raspberries and strawberries, and we have plums. And then of course our vegetable gardens during the seasons, but we don't have like nice apple trees. Well, we do, they are in the yards, but they're loved on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those kind, like we did pass some with some nice big apples, but those trees are loved on, so that's why they survive. But otherwise, yeah, no oranges. Yeah, she says all season. We were talking about the oranges today too. Yeah,
I got a good picture of apple, though, with covered with yellow jackets when we were walking through the neighborhood that day.
And it was covered in yellow jackets.
That was
close up.
Oh,
I got some good ones of butterflies.
I call it apple bees.
Yeah, I got that. Maybe I'll post a butterfly tonight. I hope my butterfly photos turned out well.
We were chasing butterflies.
Yeah, it was a really neat park because they had like a nature space where the kids had all kinds of neat things. I really liked the sandbox. They had a creek running through it, and then it had a water pump, and then it had like a water mill where the water could go in and make into a creek. It was really neat. Didn't have those kind of things when I was kids.
Mm-mm.
But
Yeah.
we did yesterday see that seat with the bench on each side that swang, and
Oh
you
yeah,
pointed
the
out to
old,
me.
the old rusty old love seat, the love seats for kids. That was like little swing set. Those are
We
cool.
went into an old gated community, and it was sitting in somebody's garden, but we both remembered it when we were kids. I loved that one.
You live close to Yosemite, Mary Kay? My son and I went there about, I don't know, 7 years ago. It was the first time I had ever been to Yosemite. I just
They don't have
beautiful.
butterflies. They don't have butterflies in the
It's like
mountains.
heaven on earth there. It's just an amazing place. I've only been to Yosemite once in my life. I haven't had apple butter since, well, I've had it since I was a kid, but I think of my childhood when I remember it. My best apple butter was from my childhood.
I like lemon butter and peanut butter. Mmm.
I like nut butters, like almond butter and cashew butter, but they're so expensive.
Do you have Nutella in the States?
We do.
Oh, I like Nutella. Well, I
Okay.
haven't had it forever.
The
but-
redwoods, Mary Kay. We have redwoods where I live, but not like in my neighborhood. Yes, I've seen Ansel Adams work. Andrew.
Oh, I love Ansel Adams. I actually that's a painting that a tourist did, and that is a scene in that park, but it's actually part of a scene that Ansel Adams did that in a photograph, that scene. So he was standing in the same place as the person that painted that waterfall.
Okay.
So I don't know what it is, but maybe if you come across the line or something, you could let me know if you ever come across it.
All this talk is making Mary Kay hungry, she said.
Oh, we had such a great supper.
We can talk about food because we've already had ours.
What's everybody's favorite dish? There we go. There's a good one, right? Favorite dish in the whole world. You could only pick, if you could only pick one thing and live on it for the rest of your life. Now you got to pick well because it's got to be healthy, right? So when you think of your one dish that you could have, it would have to be peanut butter for me. It would be peanut butter, no question, because I can get my protein, right?
Ice cream?
Ice cream?
I could live on chocolate ice cream.
Dairy, right?
Probably wouldn't live very long, but I'd die happy.
Barbecue pork ribs. That sounds good.
Barbecue potato chips.
Oh, we're killing Nancy. We're gonna just tell her what all her favorite dishes.
All your subscribers are gonna disappear because we're gonna talk them into the kitchen.
I pulled out my cookbook tonight because
Fried green tomatoes.
I bought corn flour because I thought, well, Sharon's American. She'll make cornbread, and maybe I can have cornbread because it's gluten free, right?
Mashed potatoes and gravy.
And homemade gravy, homemade roast beef gravy. Yeah.
I like fried green tomatoes too. I have people in the South.
I saw the movie Fried Green Tomatoes. I've never tried fried green tomatoes. I don't think I've ever seen a green tomato unless it was ripe. Is that what they're talking about? Unripe tomatoes on the vine?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I just thought they were like specifically grown.
I'm a cheese. I'm a mouse. If I was a furry little creature, I'd be a mouse. I love cheese.
I had to ban cheese on my diet because I'm allowed to have cheese on my diet, and I'm such a glutton for cheese. Like, cheese is one of my favorite foods in the whole world. And if I buy a big brick, that brick more than likely would go the same day. And I'm not even joking on that. That's how much I love cheese. So I banned, like, my first week I had cheese. And then after the first week I said, that's it. And I haven't had cheese since. I wouldn't have lost any weight. Yeah.
Andrew sounds like you got the Southern cooking down.
Taco Bell.
I have
We have a Taco Bell, Nancy, here.
relatives in Mississippi and Louisiana. I haven't seen them since forever, but yeah, I got that taste for the down home Southern cooking for sure.
Called
Gruel?
gruel. We were talking about that. Isn't that what I was talking about? Grits? Isn't gruel the same
What
as
is
grits?
it? Cornmeal and pork fat?
Cornmeal
Ah.
and pork fat? That's what gruel is?
Her mother used to make it. So it's kind of like grits, but made with cornmeal instead of ground hominy.
I'm in a little bit of a panic mode. I've lost one of my. You carry
It's
on with the
down
show. Is it? Do you see it?
Oh, great. Was this like the folk singer's credo?
Wait.
They say, take it, I'm
Yay.
supposed to take it, right? Okay. Ba-dum-bum. There she goes.
There she is. Yeah, that's
Homemade
one of
soup. Yum.
my
Pork chops. Okay.
Taco Bell. Yeah.
Ding.
Oh, did I make a good soup last or this week? Turkey vegetable. It was so good. I made it with beans. I never had beans in soup before.
I've heard of gruel, but
Again,
I've never made gruel.
Again, I brought
grits.
the beans for her, but I seem to be the one eating all the beans.
Run for the border. Somebody's talking about what Taco Bell does to your gastrointestinal system.
Yeah, but that's when you go when you've eaten too much cheese. And then you say, oh, Taco Bell day.
Taco Bell. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, that's funny.
I haven't made chili since
You're
last
in a
winter.
mood tonight, Nancy. You're just full of funny jokes. Homemade homemade noodles.
Chicken and dumplings. I haven't had chicken and dumplings since I was a kid, but I remember those homemade dumplings. They're like noodles.
I made like the flour, egg, and water, and then I rolled it out, and then I would put my cherries and my cream cheese in it, and I would boil them and make fruit pierogies. They were really good.
Like fritters.
Yeah, they were, but they were boiled like because you said you didn't like the dumplings that when you were a little kid, the Chinese dumplings because of the dough.
Yeah, I like a crunchy, not gluten-y.
Yeah, so that's how my dumplings are with my fruit, right? But you can fry them in make them crunchy in a frying pan afterwards. After you boil
But
them.
I like gooey dumplings with chicken. I just don't like I'm not that, I don't know, pot stickers, I guess. I don't know.
I make awesome dumplings. Awesome dumplings.
Yeah. We're going to turn this into a food channel.
I know. And we just ate too, right? But I did ask everybody what their favorite thing is. And yeah, I haven't made a chili in a while.
I haven't, since last winter, I think it's the last time I made chili.
I can eat chili, I think, because I can eat beans on this diet. So I'm sure there's lots of calories. I can't pig out on it, but I'm sure I could have a bowl of chili once in a while. It would be good for me. Yeah, maybe I'll make a chili. Came this close to getting a kitten today, but they were only 5 weeks old and they're not allowed to be taken away from their mother, right? But I would have taken one. But if he's going to give them away anyway, they were such cute kittens too. Yeah, but yeah, I stopped myself from going to get a kitten today. Yeah. If I had to go anywheres, my nieces would take care of my kittens, right? So I wouldn't have to worry about taking care of my cat. But a little kitten that small, I want it to attach to me and not to attach to other people before me, right?
Mary Kay's talking about beans and cornbread.
Oh, yeah, cornbread. Yum.
Cindy's trying to get me to make cornbread.
I pulled out the cookbook and everything because I bought corn flour and because right before I started my diet is when I discovered cornbread. Sobe started carrying cornbread and they carried a plain cornbread and a jalapeno cornbread. Oh my God, they were so good. Oh, I love cornbread.
My Uncle Claudia used to make Mexican cornbread. That's what they called it. They're from Louisiana.
All I know is I discovered it like
And it had jalapenos and red peppers and corn, and it was really, really good.
it was like a month
Ratatouille.
before I discovered the cornbread. So I'm really missing the cornbread because I just fell in love with the cornbread instantly. It was like, would have been one of my absolute favorites. Oh, yum. I love cornbread.
Andrew's trying to get you to cheat on your diet. Remember you were saying how much you miss pancakes?
Oh, yeah. I love pancakes. Pancakes just where the butter is just soaking right through the whole pancake. And the American syrup, the one that's shaped like a lady.
Oh, Aunt Jemima?
No,
That's
Aunt Jemima is the original. It was a different one. It was Mrs. something, Mrs. what? Butterworth. Mrs. Butterworth.
Thank
yeah, love Mrs. Butterworth. But I like golden syrup too.
I like maple syrup, but it's costly.
Corn syrup. I buy corn syrup all the time. When I make honey dill sauce, instead of putting honey in your honey dill sauce, especially for seniors or people on pensions where, honey is very expensive, right? But if you use corn syrup and your mayonnaise, it makes the most amazing honey dill sauce, and it's even better dipping sauce than the one that's used with the honey. It's really, really good.
My mom used to do
It's a cafeteria tip. I did it at the cafeterias and it worked perfect.
cornbread and buttermilk, Mary Kay. Cornbread and buttermilk with a green onion on the side. I never liked buttermilk, but she used to drink it all the time. Oh, someone liked your pictures. Linda.
Oh, Linda's so sweet. She always makes a point of mentioning my Instagram every time she comes into my lives. She's such a sweetheart. I love Linda. And she supports me on my Instagram all the time. She's always giving me the thumbs up and stuff. But that makes me feel good, right? That you actually like my photos, Linda. I appreciate that. Did you see the mustard or the mushroom I posted yesterday? Yeah, it was really good. I do my mindset over on Instagram, right? Because I really like mindset. So I always post a picture and then I go into my head and tell a story about my day or a lesson I've learned or or a lesson I should learn.
Somebody went away, but we lost them. I just scrolled up. Someone was saying goodbye. They had to go do something.
Oh, Owen's on Facebook. Okay. And what's your handle on Facebook, Owen? And then I'll write it down and I'll come find you. Yeah, because we can message through Facebook, right? We can actually do FaceTime through Facebook. And then I can tell you what I'm up to. Covert operations. Up to no good.
Yeah. She has a secret life.
Yeah. Up to no good, but up to all good, right? Like, yeah.
His name, Owen.
But my name on Facebook it's just Owen. You're the one that got that name, just Owen. If I punch out the name Owen on Facebook, you're the first one that's gonna pop up.
That sounds questionable.
Yeah, I need your tag so I can find you. Or you can message me, right? Oh, okay. Owen Gerboth. Okay, you gonna delete that, Owen, if you don't want your last name there on in the comments, right?
Because I leave. Why he said
because I leave the videos up, right? I'm just gonna go and I'm just gonna turn the air conditioner off here.
Okay. William says he's also on Facebook.
Well, we'll find you then.
And Linda loves your mushroom.
Aww. Thank you. Yeah, we got lots of pictures. Oh, sorry. I should have turned the dishwasher off too. It's just unwinding and it's done.
Well, you do live here, so there's going to be sounds. So.
Yeah, but I could have
Alright.
turned all this stuff off before I started my live. We just got a Popeyes here in Winnipeg. It just came, I think, this summer, early spring. Popeyes came here. That's a chicken place, right? I know everybody here in Winnipeg was waiting for that restaurant to pop up. I don't know if it took off or not.
Almost happy birthday, Robert.
Happy birthday, Robert. Happy birthday. 60 years old. Yeah, that's only a couple of years away for me. 2 more years and I'll be 60. 2 more years. Holy cow. I think technically I could go for a pension at 60 years old. Yeah, no. I'm going to go. I think I'm going to try and go for maybe till about 70. I'm in good shape, right? So it'd be different if I had issues, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to get issues next week, but
Hopefully not.
no. By grace, I'm healthy right now.
My son's got a birthday coming up soon on the 4th. I won't tell everybody how old he's going to be, though. Not that it matters, but he might not like me
Who won't
telling
like you?
everybody how old he's going to be. My son.
Oh.
His birthday's coming up on the 4th.
And they're just babies, right?
I know.
And they get all
Puppies that
concerned.
think they're old.
Yeah. But mind you, when I turned 47, I stopped having parties. I wouldn't let anybody like celebrate parties. I wanted to spend. So when I turned 47, every birthday, I would pack myself a lunch and I would go get a Tim Hortons coffee and I would go on a country drive and I'd go urban exploring or whatever, right? Go off on my own on my birthdays. Yeah, that's what I like to do is just be off on my own. Today, I was actually in my bare feet walking in grass. It was awesome. Yeah.
I cried when I turned 21 because I thought it was all over and
Really?
just downhill from there. Yeah.
But in the States, 21 is when you're allowed to do adult stuff like drinking and gambling and stuff, right?
I did all that stuff like years before I was supposed to be. So I had club cards, so once I had my cards, I didn't have to show an ID, so I didn't have to. So by the time I was 21, it was like, oh no, I'm old. Now I look back at it and I laugh, but back then I thought that was over the hill. I'm glad I don't think that way now.
I would have never guessed that, Linda. You have a personality when we chit chat and stuff of somebody in like their 30s, right? She's so energetic and everything when she's on the lives. I would never have guessed that you were 73. I would never have guessed it. I would have thought you were in your 30s.
Somebody's doing
Linda.
their homework.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will, Linda. I'll find you on Facebook. By the same name, Linda? I'll do that. For sure I will.
I do green tea sometimes, Mary Kay.
I don't do much of the way of foo-foo.
What's foo-foo?
Fancy stuff like
you think green tea is fancy?
Calamari and sushi. And,
I don't do any of that stuff.
Yeah, like asparagus and Brussels sprouts.
I don't do sea creatures like those. I mean, I'll eat fish.
Squid.
But I don't do anything with tentacles. That's not green tea. That's different world. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do I'll try everything once, but I know what I'm not going to like. Like if somebody gave me a plate of asparagus, yeah, they ain't in chance and in hell that I'm gonna eat it. Yeah, I don't like asparagus.
I forget Moo Cow's name. Hi, Moo Cow.
Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave. Yeah, he's a sweetie. He's from Ontario too.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the engineer I was telling you about.
It does do that, Mary Kay. It does calm you, but at the same time, it gives you energy. It's good for you, but it doesn't like jitter you out like a lot of coffee would, especially if you work in a trauma unit. So that's
Mary Kay, such a
I'll
what
eat the
service she
asparagus.
does, right? You know,
Yeah.
you got to appreciate people. Like we went for a walk the other day, right? And I have oh, sorry, I got all my notifications hitting me up here. I have what did we say that house was? It's an apartment block for people who are going to be, passing away soon. What do you call those? A hospice. It was a hospice, right? And I walk by it all the time or ride by it on my bike all the time. And I know what it is, right? But the doors are always locked and they have an intercom and everything. And we went for a walk and a lady in a nurse's outfit was walking down the sidewalk and I knew she was going into the building. So I stopped her and chit-chatted. And yeah. So she said I could come and sit with the people, and I think a lot of people in those buildings would not have visitors and stuff that would appreciate a little bit of company, right? I know if I was by myself and I was passing away, I would sure like somebody to come and, you don't have to hold my hand or anything, but just to know that, somebody
Friendly face.
gave a poop that I exactly, existed in my life, right? That I actually, made an indent in the world somehow. Yeah.
No, Long Island iced tea doesn't count.
Oh, I like all Long Island iced tea.
Well, it counts if that's what, if that's what you're
looking for. Do you have
for.
vodka? No, gin, right? Gin and Long Island
I think
iced
it has
tea?
three. It has rum. What is it? Rum, vodka, and something else.
I used to be a bartender, but it wasn't.
Has 3 different liquors in it. I know that, or at least.
When I'd have
haven't had
alcohol,
one since I was 19, so I don't know. I forget.
I would have zombies, and they would have 5 different alcohols in a zombie, and it'd be like 4 ounces in total. They were so good, and you couldn't even tell there was alcohol in them. It tasted like Hawaiian punch, but one drink and you would be gone.
When I was 17, my nickname was the Kamikaze Kid.
Why?
Because we used to drink pitchers of kamikazes.
Kamikazes. What kind of drink is that?
Vodka, lime juice, and triple sec.
Ooh, that sounds like it would burn a hole in your stomach.
Yeah.
I used to play a game with the guys on base. I used to bartend on the military base. My husband was in the military, and I used to bartend. But when I wasn't bartending, I played this shot game, and it'd be all kinds of shooters lined up across the bar. And one guy would start on that end, and I would start on the other one, and then would see who could get past the middle first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't remember how I got home that day, but I know I ruined the inside of somebody's car.
Well, you can't go wrong with root beer, Andrew, for sure. Root beer will get you there.
Who drinks the root beer?
Safely and back. Andrew.
Oh, look at that. Dave, see? Dave likes them. Look, he knew exactly.
Mooka wants to know what base you were on, Cindy.
Capion. Yeah, 2nd Battalion. Well, we were on the first 2 in Edmonton. My husband got out of the military and he came in the back door and he joined with the 1st. Yeah. And then when we separated, then I think yeah, he got out of the army pretty fast after that. Yeah. It was a good life, but I kind of got lost track, because it was all military that I was with. I lost all my civilian friends, I got pulled away from my civilian friends. So all my friends ended up being military people. And then when my marriage fell apart, I had no friends. Except my husband's friends.
I like root beer floats.
I like root beer floats too.
My our military base, I think it was an army base. The Oakland Army base has been closed. I don't know for how long now, but they've turned all those barracks into housing. Some of them they might have torn down, but
On our base, yeah, they're
the
all
big warehousey buildings. But the other ones, they've turned into housing, and
our base here in
not far from where I
Winnipeg
live.
has been closed down, I think, since 2003. They've had guards at the front gate. The whole base is falling apart. I would love to get permission to urban explore. We've driven by it, the base, and I pointed it out to you. I would love permission, but it's all fenced and it's transferred hands because it belongs to Treaty 1, right? When it belongs to the Indigenous people of Manitoba. It was their land, so the government is transferring it back to them, right? So it's there. So hopefully, my sister lives right behind there. So hopefully, a nice shopping mall and nice apartments or something they put there. But they haven't worked on it, and that's 2003. So that's like 23 years. 23 years that base has been closed, and it's still standing. Well, they've taken a lot of the buildings on the other side of the streets down, but the whole base is still there. Yeah. And I did get
2003?
Mm-hmm.
That's 16 years.
But they paid somebody to sit at the gate. What a job. I would just love. I'd be like doing all my work, and
You'd be live streaming.
Oh, I would be live streaming. I'd be live streaming. You'd see me trying to catch urban explorers trying to get onto the base, right?
People driving by to photobomb your stream.
Yeah. But I taped it all. I got I got the video for all those buildings that came down, and I did a good tour of everything. So I got good footage for prosperity, right? But yeah, my husband was with the 2nd Battalion. Mm-hmm.
We got root beer floats at the Marin County Fair, Mary Kay. That's the last time I've had a root beer float.
Oh, root beer float. That sounds good. Maybe I'll have, because Christmas Eve I'm having mincemeat pie and vanilla ice cream. Why not have a root beer float to go with that? I've just added a root beer float to my mincemeat pie mukbang on Christmas Eve.
There you go.
We'll see what else we get added. Maybe I'll maybe that will be the day that I do all my favorite, and we'll just do like a big mukbang of all my favorites. A mukbang is somebody who sits and does videos, and all they do is eat and talk, and lots of people. Trisha Paytas does mukbang. She's the biggest mukbanger in the world, right? And
I was so surprised that the first time I found out about that there would actually be an audience of people that just wanted to watch people eat. I couldn't believe it. And then I at first I didn't know what it was because I didn't know what the word meant, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. And then I looked, and there's
Cindy sitting there eating fall dinner, yapping away.
There's an audience for everything.
And there is. Yeah. That was a good video. Everybody liked that video. And the plum trees behind that house. Oh, buckets and buckets. I love plums. Stewed plums. I love plums. Yeah.
I've never had a ginger ale float. That actually sounds good.
Does it? It doesn't sound like a treat.
If it's ginger ale.
Yeah, because we have the Canada Dry. I got a can of Diet Cranberry Ginger Ale. Cranberry Raspberry Ginger Ale. It was diet. I haven't tried it yet.
I think I'll pass on the haggis.
Oh, the haggis, yeah. I wouldn't eat that, Dave. Yeah.
That's kind of like mincemeat.
Yeah, and don't breathe in my face. Don't come near me and breathe in my face after you've eaten something like that.
Okay. He just wants to see you do it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, ain't gonna happen, Dave. Good try, though. Good try. That would not in a million years. I don't eat a lot of meat. All these topics, they always pop up right after we were talking, because we were talking about meats we eat too, right? And we were talking about the kind of meats and how I eat all processed meats, and she hardly eats any meat at all. Yeah. I made chicken, and she didn't eat the chicken.
I eat the
Eat it.
beans and rice.
Yeah, you eat the beans and rice.
And I saved the chicken for you.
And we had fish today. It was really good. Yeah, I really like fish, like the battered fish, right? I don't want to see anything that looks like fish underneath. That's why we coat it in coating.
Robert eats beef hearts.
Oh, okay. This is, you've really lost Nancy now.
To each his own or her.
Yeah, if you like it, right? Beef hearts, that would be very tendony, wouldn't it? Don't you think it would be very tenuous?
I don't know. Liver and onions. Oh, my mom and dad used to eat liver and onions, and they tricked me once and told me it was steak because they knew if I knew it was liver, I'd turn my nose up. And I took one bite of it and ran to the bathroom and threw up.
I make perfect
That was my liver.
onions.
That was my liver and onions experience.
Liver and onions is a guy's meal. Men love liver and onions, right?
Yeah.
And I make a perfect liver and onion, right? But my mother was really smart. She would take liver and put it in a blender with an onion, right? And she blended it up, and then she poured it in the frying pan with grease. She called them flat burgers. Oh boy, did we love flat burgers.
Oh God.
She got us until probably I was maybe 12 or 13 years old until I discovered what flat burgers really were. But she got the liver into us and we loved them. She put all kinds of spices and eggs and flour. And, they were delicious.
I've heard that it is good for you, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I
How
don't care.
How can something that filters the impurities in your body be yum yum? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Meatloaf. I still make meatloaf
on
rare occasion.
Meatloaf. I can eat meatloaf, mashed potatoes and gravy and cream corn. Nancy. We're killing Nancy.
You sound in good spirits.
She's just a joker tonight.
How are you feeling? Are you doing better?
How are you doing? If you made it to the fair last week, you must be doing really good, Nancy, or hopefully you're doing really good. But I love meatloaf. I don't have a problem. Oh, good. That's great to hear. That's great to hear, Nancy. Yeah.
We actually talk about you.
Yeah, and
wondering how you're doing.
And Ray's gonna try and drill a hole through that stick. I think I gave him 2 6-inch drill bits, and I left the stick with him, and he said he would try. So as soon as I get that back, I'm gonna sand it up and I'm gonna varnish it real pretty for you, and I'm gonna send it to you.
I brought Peg with me, my stick that Cindy made, but I've only used it, I think, the first day I got here, and I leaned it against the wall, and it's been there ever since. I haven't had to use it since I've been here. Yeah,
she's been walking really, really good, right? And you had problems. She wouldn't have been able to do that. That's because she's been working on it all year too, right? So that you could do this trip.
But that's my traveling companion. When I'm at home, I take it on the bus.
It was really neat that it came from here.
I know.
And then it's back.
It made its way back.
I should go get that stick. I'll go get that stick and show everybody.
Oh, okay. Yeah. She makes the most beautiful walking sticks. They're just amazing. I've had almost every time I take it out on the city bus or on the sidewalk, someone compliments me on it.
And she gets compliments on it. This is the stick. Doesn't that look like a face? Doesn't that look like an eye? I said it looked like a cartoon bird. And what did you say? It looked like a turtle.
Twirl it around a little bit.
It looked like a turtle, she said. Yeah, so this is the stick that I sent off to her. And the finish, like, look at this, the top of it, the patina growing on the oils. It's just going to be gorgeous.
I named it Peg for Peg of My Heart and Peg Leg and the children's PBS cartoon Peg plus Cat.
Do you know that Kathy named her stick Peg too?
Really?
Yeah,
I did not.
I didn't even tell her. Like, I gave her the names of the sticks. I says, I
How
says,
weird
"These
is
are the
that?"
names of the sticks that I've made so far, and I named off a bunch of them. She goes, Pig, and then I think she said something about her dad, and she says, Pig's the name. So I've got 2 of my sticks are named Pig, and they weren't even called.
How much does it weigh? I have no idea.
It's not a heavy. It's well dried, so it's not that heavy. It's a little bit heavier than the ones I usually do because I wanted her to be able to grow into it, and I knew that she had an operation on her knee, right? So I knew that if she didn't need it now, right, she could use it as a stick, and then later on, then you don't have to go, and when you're 60, 70, 80 years old, you don't have to go buy one. This will last you your whole life, and then maybe your son will take it.
Hopefully he won't need it, but
No, but
he would
gift,
keep
as
it.
a souvenir,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, Owen wants
And
to
then
know.
pass it down to his kids.
Owen wants to know how his stick is coming along.
I haven't gotten the varnish for it yet. I don't even know where.
It's in the kitchen by the microwave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now this is a light stick. This one can't weigh more than maybe 2 pounds, maximum 2 pounds, maybe 1.5 pounds, right? It's very light.
It's very straight, though.
And it's very straight, and the colors are just beautiful, right? Like, here, I'll just spray it with this.
That's also Manitoba maple, right?
Yeah, it's Manitoba maple. See, I just sprayed it so you can see how dark, when I get that done, how pretty that's going to be, right? Yeah, but I still have to pick up the varnish for that.
So that's the one you're making for Owen?
Yeah, that's Owen's stick, right? And I got a thumb mouth there for you too, for your thumb, right? And I did it 36 inches. So if you want to measure for your stick to make sure that I've done the right size, I would say take a broom handle, tip it upside down, put your arm against your side, and on a 45-degree angle, hold on to your stick where you would want your stick, and then just measure it. And then that will say, it's not like I get to redo it now. So what you get is what you get, right? Because it's already cut, but it's measured at 36 because I asked you for a measure and you didn't quite have them, but you can always get a raised.
The little stopper will add
on the bottom. It'll
yeah.
add, half an inch. And if you wanted to, you could get a little bit taller for it with a claw or something, right? But I hope you like it.
Hi, Alice.
Yeah.
How are you?
Is it my sister? Yeah, this is my sister, everybody. This is my sister, Alice.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Yeah. She, if you follow me on Instagram, you saw her make those drinks for me, right?
I didn't know it was your sister.
Yeah,
cool.
that was my sister, Alice. Yeah. She likes to be called Alex. I don't know if they still call her Alex.
Alex?
But, yeah, but her name's Alice because she said that Alice was an old lady's name. She didn't like her name because she said it sounded old lady. And I thought Alice was a beautiful name because it's not really common anymore, right?
Alice in Wonderland was a child.
So I'm glad to hear that. What is she saying? No, they don't to?
I don't know.
No, they don't to what, Alice? Usually. Yeah, but everybody, that's my Alice. She pops in every once in a while. We don't see her as often. Like me and my sister Tracy and Carolyn, we get together every week.
She said, "Don't call me Alex." Sorry.
Oh, don't call me Alex. Oh, she doesn't do Alex anymore. Oh, well, that's good to know because we weren't allowed to call her Alice before. Now she's gone back. That's good to hear. Alice House. See how smart Andrew is? Like right off the top of his head, like he gets names like that, right? Yeah, my sister, she works hard. She's a waitress and a manager in a restaurant. She works
Andrew.
hard.
There's also Alice doesn't live here anymore.
Alice doesn't live here anymore.
Trying to think of Alice books.
The television show and the movie.
Uh-huh.
See, $130 my sister made in a family restaurant.
That's right. Go Ask Alice.
Go Ask Alice, yes. That was a good one. That was a good movie. That was from the 70s.
Alice in Chains.
Oh yeah, the Alice Cooper. I did one. Oh,
That's not.
she did it. That's my sister swore.
She sure did.
She really did. Alice, you can't do that on my channel. What? Are you drinking tonight? Boom. Yeah, that's gone. Yeah, she thought that was funny. Not so Alice. Yeah, no, I got the best moderators in the whole world. They'll shut you down just like that. Yeah, I don't allow the swearing on my channel. Lots of people, they don't like the swearing, right? And because I have a lot of seniors on my channel, a lot of baby boomers on my channel too, right? So,
oh, who does the song?
Oh, was she just saying a title to a song?
She was quoting a song. She wasn't cursing us.
I thought you were cursing us, Alice. Oh,
Good
Alice.
One. Good one.
Okay, she got us. It was the name of a song, and I thought, that's not like my sister Alice to go off like that.
I thought it was a troll. I didn't even know it was your sister.
Oh,
because
I couldn't believe she said that.
Well, I don't know her last name, so I didn't know it was even her.
That was funny.
I
used to like that television show, Alice's Restaurant. Remember Flo?
I like the song too. I like what's his name? Loudon Wainwright III. I like that singer-songwriter that did that.
Alice, what do you come in here to just terrorize us? Yeah, that's my sister. Okay, you don't have to deal with the dishwasher anymore. That's funny. Yeah. So what did we miss back there?
Don't know.
Why didn't you like Alice Cooper? Because he killed chickens, right? He was the guy that killed chickens, right?
I think that was
Have a good night, Alice.
I think that was just a fake stage act. I don't think he but who knows, maybe did.
Oh, yeah, Ozzy Osbourne. That's the one who did the chickens. I didn't do that kind of music. I was more Donny Osmond, Bobby Sherman.
I liked them when I was in grade school, but I also liked Black Sabbath and Alice Cooper.
Sean Cassidy.
Junior high and high school. And I still like them.
This French kid, Rene Simard. Yeah, he was from Quebec. Yeah, I haven't heard anything of him in decades. Yeah, I wonder if he's still singing.
One of these days.
Oh, Bet Off Bat's Head. He said, look at Dave, he's still going off to the moon. That's a good one.
He's doing
That's a Wonderful Life. No, To the Moon, Alice. Wasn't that?
It's from the Honeymooners.
Oh, I thought it was A Wonderful Life. Oh.
No.
But they had a saying too about the moon, right? In A Wonderful Life.
I don't know.
Lasso the Moon. He sang to her.
Maybe.
When she was naked in the bushes.
I heard about that, Mary Kay. Yes. Eddie Money passed away today.
Oh, right. You mentioned
it might not have been today, but
she mentioned it to me yesterday.
Hear about it until yesterday morning.
Yeah, she told me when she saw it on breakfast time.
I saw him live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania when I was in junior high school, when those songs first came out, his hits.
Really?
I still have the ticket stub.
Pay good money to go to a concert and then just to be so disappointed that you just leave, right? And just give up on your ticket altogether. Oh, I didn't see Jennifer was here. When did Jennifer
didn't see him with Journey, but I saw Journey a couple times back in the day. That's that's what I do. That's what I am. I'm a musician and a writer, so I love live shows. I love going to live shows and open mics
And all her boyfriends were all musicians and
and
singers.
poetry slams and all that. Rick Ocasek died today.
Who's that?
Oh no!
Oh, the Cars.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't know that. I had a friend who there's a two degrees of separation. I have a friend from Berkeley who was friends with Rick Ocasek, and she was from Boston. I think that's where the band came out of. But I did not know that, and that's a bummer. Okay.
That was 1980 when the Cars first came out. 1979.
I liked the Cars. I went to see them when they came.
I think the Cars what first introduced me into that kind of music.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I just started getting into that music at the time.
I'm an old punk, so that was mellow for me back then. But that
was pretty much all there was at that time too.
I really liked them a lot.
Rock Lobster, remember that one?
That's B-52s.
Yeah,
I saw them too.
They're still playing. Yeah,
they're still
Rock
playing.
Lobster.
I didn't know Rick Ocasek was married to Faye Dunaway. Andrew.
Faye Dunaway? Are you serious?
The actress.
Wow. She's so straight.
Evidently not. Well,
I guess she's an actress, right? So,
and just because he's a singer doesn't mean that he's not. Doesn't mean he's wild and crazy. But I don't know about his personal life. I just know
But Faye Dunaway, she just seems so proper, right? That she wouldn't be married to an ex-rocker like that. Have a good night, Nancy. We're going to be calling it a night in 5 minutes or so, too. So thank you for popping by. I'm glad to hear that you're doing better, too. Have a great night.
Bye.
Oh, yeah. Nothing like that 70s and 80s music when you're roading, for sure. Most of the time I have the radio off when I'm out on the road, but I kind of block it too. So I usually do a time before I get out too far where the reception is not too good. Then I like to listen to the 70s and 80s music and sing along. But then after a while, I just turn the radio completely off and I like the silence, right?
I'm so busy reading, I forget.
Yeah, they're so interesting, eh? Like when their conversations have. Take care.
I know about Just Kids, the Patti Smith book. I haven't read it yet. I have read the one about. Well, was that the one about her and Mapplethorpe? Maybe I have read it. I think I might have checked it out at the library. I saw her in concert about 8 years ago in San Francisco. It was a great show. She came to my hometown and played when I was in junior high, but I was too young to know I didn't know who she was, so I didn't go to the show, and I'm kicking myself in the rear end for that because I really like Patti Smith a lot, especially because she's a writer as well as a singer. So
I'm actually Owen or Robert. I have a video that's ready to go up, but I'm right in the middle of studying right now. And yeah, I'm kind of like in a crunch to get that studying down. So yeah, until I can figure out whether or not to tie it in, until I get some help with editing and stuff. Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for some advice on that, but hopefully that's coming soon. Yeah, so in the next couple of weeks I should have an answer with you on that one, on what my plans are going to be, right, with my brand. Yeah.
Oh, Andrew, so I have read it. I forgot the title because I didn't buy it. I checked that out at the library. So I read it last year, and Yeah, I never got to see Johnny Cash either. That would have been
His
great.
last song was amazing before he passed away.
Oh, the 9 Inch Nails cover.
Oh,
Hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Oh,
that.
I could just cry if you haven't watched that video. It was such a beautiful, and the way his wife and everything like joined in on it and everything, it was just beautiful.
I'm a big Johnny Cash fan. Yeah.
Yeah. They ended up being an amazing couple, right? And they almost didn't get to be a couple. And in the end, they got to live their lives together right to the end, eh? Yeah, that's amazing.
What are you doing for Halloween? William wants to know.
Well, normally I make Halloween costumes for my sister and one of her associates. They go around to different designing firms and everything and drop off baskets with the costumes that I make. But this year for Halloween, I don't have any plans. I'm kind of actually, I'm trying to live more solidly right now, unless I have definite plans, then I'll just actually work backwards. But I haven't made any plans for Halloween. We were talking about the corn maze, maybe getting out the corn maze, but we're going to just see how the money flows in the next week, right? That it all determines what we're going to be able to get to do, right? Like there's lots of stuff we can do for free, and we've been having some good conversations and stuff, but and we did get out on the road. But yeah, for sure we'll definitely be doing. We want to go to a fall supper, but we missed that one today.
I don't know what we're going to be doing for Halloween. I do have on my YouTube page, I have an old Halloween video of the pumpkins my son and I carved that year. I think I don't even remember. My YouTube is called the S Wolf. That's me. But I have some videos up, but they're from several years ago. I don't post regularly like Cindy does. I posted those, and then I just keep my page up so that I can watch videos and comment and stuff. Mukau saw the Highwaymen. I'm jealous. Yeah. Chris Christopherson is a great songwriter. Waylon Jennings is a great songwriter. Willie Nelson is a great songwriter.
Yeah, well,
he wrote a lot.
His last song was really good too.
Did you know he wrote "Crazy" the
for
Patsy Cline song?
Did he write that?
Uh huh.
Oh,
it was originally entitled "Stupid," but stupid.
Yeah.
It just didn't quite sound the same, and he changed it to "Crazy." I was watching a doc one time, and he was talking about that. I thought that was so funny. I like George Jones too. Yeah, I like country and punk and metal and all kinds of stuff. I love the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
I love all the Charlie Browns. I got a warm spot for the Charlie Browns.
I've never done a corn maze, but we were talking about it. I might. I've watched other people do it on YouTube. That's like the new line. I've never done it myself, but I've watched people do it on YouTube. That's how we live now, vicariously. But sometimes you can't get out or get there, and so it's a great tool to have.
And you need gumboots if you do the corn maze. Yeah, those paths are muddy.
Yeah, crazy is much better than stupid. I'm a big Charlie Brown. I like the Rankin Bass, the puppet. I don't know if they're puppets, but whatever they are, the Christmas cartoons from the 70s, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Santa Claus is Coming to Town. And
like the cartoon movies?
The old
I love those. The musical ones, Frosty the Snowman.
Right. The Rankin Bass ones. I love those.
Rudolph. Mm-hmm. I loved all those Christmas movies myself.
And the Charles Schultz, Charlie Brown stuff.
My sister at Christmas time, she does a corner in her house says Misfit Island, the island of Misfit toys, and she's got all kinds of stuffed animals and ornaments, and it's just really cute. And she's got this great big knight that she got from Mexico. It's like 8 feet tall, right? And then all these bears he's holding, and then everything's around, instead of being around a tree, it's around the knight. It's really cool. She just needs a train set.
I have a CD of all those songs, Mary Kay, from that Christmas movie. I think it's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. But I love that, the Island of Misfit Toys. I just love those songs. And Charlie Brown, He's a Clown, was one of my favorite songs when I was like, I don't know, 5, 6. I used to sing that.
Everybody, thank you so much. We're going to call it an end tonight. I could talk forever, right? So I've been trying to be strict with an hour and a half, and yeah, I keep going over. But it's so much fun. We'll see everybody next Sunday, right? Because it'll be our last live, right? Because she'll be leaving on Monday morning. Yeah, so Sunday night that will be busy, and that one we might go live at the car show. That'll be fun if we go live at the car show. Okay, everybody, have a great night. Take care. Bye-bye. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.